It's been a minute since I last posted and I wanted to ease back in with something fun, just chatting through some new beauty launches, my thoughts. I feel like there's a lot happening in the industry always, and I wanted to talk through new brands, new launches, and some new scents as well. So let's start with new brands because there's two I want to talk about in particular. So the first is Louis Vuitton Beauty. So they've launched with their own makeup collection. They've already done a preview and pre-order. They did that on Monday the 25th of August, but I think it launches officially on Friday the 29th. So in terms of what we know so far, they are starting with 55 lipsticks. So we've got 28 that are matte and 27 that are satin. That is a lot of lipsticks to launch with. There's also 10 balms and 8 eyeshadow compacts. The lipsticks are going to be retailing for £120. The lipstick is refillable. The refills are £55, and that's for the matte and the satin. And if you thought the balms would be cheaper, you're incorrect, just as I was. They are also £120 and the refills are £52. Clearly, it's the price of the packaging that's driving up the price as a whole. I almost feel like it's more rare if we see a luxury fashion house without beauty. We've got the classics, we've got Chanel, we've got Dior, but Valentino have got one, Prada, Hermes. There's loads that I'm even forgetting in this moment. But the most interesting thing about LV's launch is that out of all of them, it is still the most expensive. And then if we look at the eyeshadow compacts, the eyeshadow as a whole is £190. Pat McGrath is the creative director, and I think that is why people were so excited about the launch of Louis Vuitton Beauty, because we know with Pat McGrath it's going to be a certain level of quality, the pigments are going to be great, the formulas are going to be incredible. I feel like the most expensive brand up until recently was probably Christian Louboutin because their lipsticks were going for 80. Just to put it into context, most luxury brands will retail between, I'd say, 40 and 65, and at the top end you've got Hermes. Dior and Chanel, you can usually get between 40 and 50. There are more expensive lipsticks, but something I would note is that that isn't their only line of beauty. The question really is, who is this for? Because it feels like they don't want to target the usual luxury beauty consumer, because even £120 for someone that has the money to spend on it, would you want to spend that? Realistically, how many people are going to buy into this launch, and how many people after buying it once are going to buy again, enough to use a refill? This feels like it's going to be more of a collector's item, and that might be by design. It might be that they don't want to reach a certain customer, they don't want to sell out, they want it to be more exclusive, but it seems like an unusual tactic to me. I hope other brands now don't take this as a reason to raise prices. Do I buy it to review? I don't know. I feel very conflicted, but equally I'm happy to be the guinea pig. So moving on to other launches, celebrity makeup artist Mary Phillips has launched her own line. So it's called m.ph. It launched in Sephora. I'm not sure when the date was, but it's available on Sephora in the US and on her own website. I don't know if we're going to get it in the UK, but I love her, so I was intrigued by this launch. It does seem to lean into artistry and her techniques in particular. She is known for underpainting, contouring, beautiful skin. I mean, like a lot of makeup artists, but you know, that is really her signature. I'm just looking at their Instagram. So they have a highlight and contour palette, brushes, lip liners, a lipstick balm. So it'll be interesting to see how this takes off, how many people are using these in their everyday routine. I like the idea of it. Has Pat McGrath stepped away from her brand? I don't actually know. I feel like they've not done as much as they could. I mean, potentially because she's been working on Louis Vuitton. Maybe that's a sign that she has stepped away. But they've just launched Skin Fetish Longwear Blurring Setting Spray. And they just launched a setting spray, which I bought. I think it made my skin glowy, but I was expecting glass because it's called Glass 001. I feel like I would probably like this blurring one more. So they also have a blurring under eye powder. Do you know what? Previously that wouldn't have appealed, but I feel like now it would. I don't tend to put a lot of concealer under my eye because it always creases. It doesn't matter what concealer it is. It just has never worked for me. So I feel like I like the idea of a soft powder that could go underneath, and her powders are delicious. Her formulas are delicious. Like, there's no denying that. So I might actually get that one. Next up, Fenty Beauty. There is so many launches. I'm going to try and go through these quite quickly. I feel like I can never keep up with Fenty because there's so many launches all the time. So we've got 2 new Grippy primers. There's a mattifying one and there's a hydrating one. It's meant to combine skincare and makeup. I actually quite like the packaging. I like that you can see through to it, but someone said it looks like worms and now I can't unsee it. I don't know if it actually does. I do think this must mean that they are discontinuing their other primers because they have 3 primers before. They had a matte, a soft matte and a satin. Primers before are actually pretty decent. They also brought out more shades of the Diamond Bomb and the Body Lava. And they've also done another Gloss Bomb Sticks in this like silvery colour. I don't like chunks of glitter on my skin or on my lips or on my eye, like at all really. But if you like a really glittery, shimmery body, like the Body Lava is cool. There's also 3 new shades of the Stunna lip paint. So there's Riri, I think it's called Unlawful or maybe Uninterested. It's basically a nude brown, like caramelly colour. Riri is more of like a purpley mauve colour. And then you've got the deep brown, which actually looks really good. I think a lot of people will love that for fall. That is a nice shade. I think it's a little bit too dark for me, but it does look really nice. And they're a comfortable matte. They don't feel too drying and they do transfer a little bit, but the staying power is actually fairly decent. New from Fenty Skin is a salted caramel collection. So they've done this for the Plush Pudding, the Butter Drop, and then the Butter Drop Body Milk. I think it's the first time they've done a different scent on the Body Milk, whereas with the Butter Drop and the Plush Pudding, they've done multiple different flavours and scents. So I'm excited for the Body Milk to be in this salted caramel scent. I know that's going to smell good. I feel like every time they do the Butter Drop in a different scent, it is really good. It is actually one of my favourite body creams. It is really, really, really good. So let's move on to Haus Labs. So this is Lady Gaga's brand and they now have something called the Precision Sculpt Shaping Balm. It's a contour stick basically. It comes in 9 shades. The shades actually look like a good mix between neutrals and cools. It looks diverse. I've tried the lip oil and that's it. I haven't tried anything else. I haven't tried the foundation. I know everyone raves about the foundation and the concealer. You know when you just already have a foundation you like, and I've been disappointed by so many foundations. I just haven't gone to it, but I'm tempted to buy the contour stick. Pattern Beauty have a new body care line. Pattern Beauty is Tracy Ellis Ross's hair care brand. So previously they've only done hair care, now they're doing body care. There's 5 new products. We've got a wash, a scrub, a lotion, an oil and a cream. I'm most interested in trying the oil and the scrub, but I know she would do a good body cream. It looks like you can buy them individually or as bundles. I really love the branding. I love Tracy. I love her. What I'm realizing doing this video is I use a lot of celebrity brands, especially because the next launch I'm going to talk about is Cécred. So this is Beyonce's brand. So they've launched a whole new hair care collection. It's a protection collection. It's for people either prepping for protective styles or whilst they're wearing the styles or when they're actually taking them down. So there's 5 new products. They've got completely different packaging because the packaging is bright blue. We've got a detoxifying shampoo, a detangling spray, something that says the oil ritual. So it's an oil that, to be honest, looks more easy to apply than the oil that's already existing in the other line. We've got a hair and scalp balm and we've got a scalp refreshing spray. There's definitely a couple of products that I would use there when wearing braids. And I'm really intrigued by the shampoo because if I think about all the Cécred products that I like the most are the shampoos. What's interesting about this one in particular is it's actually blue. You can tell this is Beyonce's brand because it's basically going to help with the brassiness in blonde hair. Or if you have colour, it's not going to affect your colour. It's going to help protect it basically. That looks really interesting. I think you can already get it on their website. I really want to try that one. So let's move on to scents because I love scents and I never talk about them because I get so consumed with makeup sometimes. Going back to Fenty, because Fenty Hair has launched the Mister. I do think some of their names are really clever. That's really cute. Essentially, they've bottled the scent that's in their hair care. If you haven't tried the Fenty Hair products before, it's basically yuzu, amber, coconut, vanilla in there, and sandalwood. The packaging looks really nice. I wonder if that's a glass bottle or if it's plastic. Oh, no, I think it's plastic. But it looks nice. That'll be a nice one to carry around. I like that. Amika, another hair brand, also launching a hair and body mist. And in terms of the notes, so we've got pink grapefruit, ooh, yum, juicy apricot, vanilla, sandalwood again, lily of the valley. Do you know, these are all notes that I really like. I'm trying to think about their products and what they smell like because I do like the smell of their products, but they all smell different, I think, the ones I've got anyway. Apparently this is their most requested product, so I'm excited for that one. I actually want this. I do like a body mist. But if you do like a perfume, there's a couple of new perfume launches that I like the look of. So I have just picked launches that I'm interested in, by the way. Valentino has a new version of Born in Roma. I do really like Born in Roma as a perfume. I actually like the men's one more than the the women's, but both are nice, honestly. So I like the OG, I like the Intense. So this one is white and it's called Born in Roma Ivory. So you've got the green mandarin, the orange blossom accord, it says meringue accord, vanilla, musk. I mean, you can kind of get the sense of what I like in terms of perfumes. But for men, it's bergamot, lavender, smoky wood accord. Oh, I know that's going to be delicious. Kayali, sister brand to Huda Beauty, has 2 new Oudgasm scents. So we've got chocolate oud and milky musk. So they sound really rich but playful. We're mixing oud with gourmand and fruity notes, and I love Kayali. There's a few scents that I really like, especially like the rose one, a couple of the ouds. I can't remember what they're called. I think these will be good. Do I like chocolate or milky musk more? Maybe the milky musk one. Again, we're sensing a theme. And then lastly, Phlur have added a new fragrance called Cherry Stem. Cherry, it keeps popping up every now and again as an ingredient, and it says a bit of caramel and leather. I did really like their last fragrance, which was more of like a rose scent. That was absolutely delicious. So I can't wait to try that one. All in all, some really good launches coming in beauty. I mean, there always is. Let me know which of these you would actually try. Are there any that are piquing your interest? Any that you're maybe really disappointed with? I mean, if we think about Louis Vuitton, like what is going on there? I'd love to know your guys' thoughts on that, because I'm really conflicted in terms of like whether to buy it even for review purposes, because I just know if I wasn't in this space, I probably wouldn't get it. And if there's things that I've missed that you're thinking, oh, that's going to be a really good launch, let me know. I want to know. Thanks for watching. If you made it this far, don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to see more hair and beauty content, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.